We are currently at the iPhone moment with ICP and with Caffeine.
And this is a first of its kind. This is truly novel in the sense of an on-chain app store.
The utility from the App Store goes beyond just, hey, copy my website, you have this design, or you have this little utility. It allows that user to monetize its creativity, its skill, whatever that the user has to offer in a tangible way. Menese is like this mega highway for multi-tokens on all those blockchains, right?
50 plus chains
Yeah, exactly.
are integrated, right? Multi-chain functionality. It's like a whole new paradigm of potential, and we're going to see stuff we can't even conceive of it now.
Exactly. 100%.
So today on the Cloudcast, we have Dexter. Dexter is a super prominent figure within the ICP community on X and beyond. He's been running the Caffeine Accelerate program, helping caffeine users understand and optimize their approach with the caffeine vibe coding platform. So thanks so much for being here with me, bro. It's a real honor to have you.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'm glad to be on the Cloudcast podcast with the CBO, the Chief Vault Officer, Chris. Just joking.
Yeah, you set me up with that, man. I wouldn't even have that title without you. So I appreciate that.
No, I'm glad to be here and then explore all the topics we can talk about. Just share my ideas, share the thoughts, and have a fruitful conversation.
Right on. And so, yeah, there's plenty of exciting stuff going on. Caffeine is live now. Subscriptions are live, along with analytics, email functionality, and custom domains.
Yeah.
So that's really rad.
It's exciting.
And there are big plans for the App Store. And I heard you gave some really interesting insights on the Digital Gold Talk podcast, discussing the potential for patenting your IP, so to speak, with the Caffeine App Store. So that's something cool we could explore. Like, how do you foresee yourself leveraging the App Store?
Yeah, for me, the App Store itself is the ability to monetize your creativity. Currently, you can monetize that creativity by throwing up that video on YouTube, right? Or on Spotify or iTunes, right? And people can buy your songs, buy your podcast, listen to them. You earn royalties on your creativity or whatever you made, right? 100%. So in the same paradigm, you need to think about it on the App Store, because there you have created something using your creativity and your skill in prompting, and then can monetize it, right? So in one paradigm, we are talking about users that can create amazing apps, and they can then push it to the App Store, and other users can then buy them or reward them for their creativity or the work they've done. And on the other side, let's say I'm Red Bull, right? Yes. I'm Red Bull, and I create a little application for the Red Bull marketing campaign or the Coca-Cola marketing campaign. And I set the price at $50 per copy. And then if you copy that, you can officially use that Red Bull IP, right? Mm-hmm. And from every copy, they are getting the $50, right? Yeah, so, and brilliant. It's all on chain. It's all verifiable. So me as an individual or an artist, or because we are often talking about vibe coders, but like also think about it on the NFT royalty perspective, right? Where you put something out and others can copy it, and from there you get your chunk of ownership of what you have created. So I see it beyond like utility and you can use the things I've created, because that system allows us to do this, to position itself for where a Red Bull can come in and say, hey, for $50 you can use my branding, right? And create whatever you like about it. Create a game, create digital space or exploratory universe, whatever that may be. You have the right then to use the Red Bull, and you can brand it as, hey, this is my Red Bull Flappy Bird, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then it's officially acknowledged by Red Bull because it's their app that gets like copied, right? And then
huge branding opportunities.
Specific IP part, maybe they have like a marketing campaign, and only that can be copied or that can be used. And because everything is on IC, because everything is verifiable and can be put in a container and constraints, you have the ability to give the brands like, hey, make an app with the IP you like, and then users can just pay for using that little portion of the
Portions.
IP.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Brilliant. Very exciting. And then Sheldon from Omnity was talking about potentially selling his cybersecurity services, or enabling people like him
Yeah.
to offer that. You want to
Yeah,
touch on
yes,
that?
yeah, of
That's
course.
really
So,
cool.
so Sheldon is a brilliant guy, and he has been in the space for a long time, and as well in the computer and security spaces, right? So he has a particular skill set that others may not have or are unaware of, particular knowledge, right? So let's say Sheldon can create X amount of templates for
Mhm.
certain apps, also with his Omnity knowledge and the things that he created and has access to, can create certain amount of templates. Let's say you go to the Caffeine App Store and you see like Sheldon's Coin Omnity template, and you can copy that for $1, and then because it has that modular or the base of his cybersecurity knowledge and everything in it, for $1 you can copy that and have that integration already, and then just change the things you want to have work differently, right? The utility from the App Store goes beyond just, hey, copy my website and you have this design or you have this little utility. It allows that user to monetize its creativity, its skill, whatever that the user has to offer in a tangible way. It allows them to monetize that, right? In the form
Mhm.
of an application or a display of NFTs, whatever that may be, right? It allows the users to verifiably monetize their creations, just like NFT allows people to verifiably get royalties from the sales and the transfers of that asset.
Mhm.
This allows us to basically say, hey, this is the product I made, or I'm a company, and I want to give this IP away to for users to use in a environment where there are maybe strict rules that a company wants to set, or like a Sheldon wants to set, like, hey, this is what you want, you can use from me, and then set a price on it, whatever you think it's worth it, or what you want to have for it.
Mhm. Phenomenal, man. And this is a first of its kind, right? Like, this is truly novel in the sense of an on-chain app store.
Yeah, yeah, because like also in that spaces, what Swissy has said is like you need to build the network first,
Mhm.
because we have that network first, and then we can create products like Caffeine. Caffeine can create such things like an that app store that allow gives you that ability, or that network that gives all the security features, etc., to every app that it produces, because we have that base, we have that fundament of ICP
Infrastructure.
network. Yeah.
So truly, truly exciting, man. And it's like a whole new paradigm of potential. And we're going to see stuff we can't even conceive of now.
Exactly. 100%. And I said that like to also in the earlier spaces, on those spaces was like a podcast with the digital. It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I said we are currently at the iPhone moment with ICP and with Caffeine, and the possibilities that will come out of infrastructure and network like ICP and product like Caffeine. We can't even comprehend what kind of like the consequences of allowing us to have that those utilities, those capabilities are, right?
That's
Because
right.
it's such a new technology and such a new way of interacting with code, with applications, with IP, with creativity, with other users, with everything that we are known to in Web 2, or now we are talking over the internet, right? It's a totally new way of doing that, and what that will bring with itself, even I can't like really comprehend it, right? Because it's so big, it has so much capabilities built in.
Yeah. What a time we live in, man.
Yeah, exciting times, exciting times.
Exciting times indeed. Do you want to touch on any of the plans you have for the App Store? Or is that all hush hush for now?
I don't have any real plans for the App Store. It's more like what I will be doing is whenever the App Store launches, of course, I have already created like 15 apps that I also pushed and showed with everyone.
That's what I'm
And
talking about. Those
yeah,
apps.
yeah, yeah, and those apps I would just push for free. Like, hey, here's like
Oh,
Infinity
nice.
OS. Just copy it and see what you can do, right? I'm not gonna be charging it because I
Wow.
wanna see what others can create with it, right? So for me, it's also about you need to also think about the longevity of your strategy, right? So let's say you're a person that can gain a lot of downloads or a lot of replication of your products, right? I just know there will be some stats linked to my account, like, hey, his apps are 10,000 times cloned or something, right?
Sure.
That builds your credibility, that
Uh-huh.
builds your user profile, that builds your builder profile, right? Just like on Fiverr, you have like Fiverr's choice or whatever that might be. And then I will have
Yeah.
some premium things, but like the most things will be free for me because I like for people to just use my things. And then later on, if people want to pay for certain premium things that I want to get paid for or want to put under that IP or whatever that may be, it's possible. And then it's not like, hey, for every app you need to pay for me. No, you can also use the free things, and maybe those free things will be even better than the paid things. But like, if you want to reward me or have me get some money from it, like, sure, here's a paid version of specific apps that you can clone.
Very cool, bro. And yeah, all along your brand, your Buildr brand is compounding. You're getting
Yeah,
reviews, credibility, reputation points. So
exactly.
it's all worth it.
It's all coming together. But and that then now you think about like what I did with the Builder token, right?
Yeah.
It's the exact play, and I did it already months before. But I was already thinking about this, so I thought like, hey, this is coming. Let me already play into this, so I'm known as the builder, right? And I'm releasing all these apps, etc. So it's like a compounding effect for
Genius.
me. Yeah, it was like a strategic play, and I saw it beforehand. And for me, it's not like about exploiting some people, but like I'm using the opportunity that has presented itself to me.
Will you actually give the setup for Buildr for those who may not know anything about it? Buildr token?
Yeah. So, Builder token was launched on Solana. On PumpFun, we launched a token, and it was meant actually for what you were just describing for the App Store, but like on a Caffeine app, and then you can hire builders. You can hire people like me using Solana token. That was the first like iteration. I wanted to create a Fiverr, but for Web3 people that will use Caffeine, so verified builders that are building applications for other people that request them, right?
Devs.
The,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So, but that's especially like Caffeine oriented, and maybe like a person like Sheldon can come in and say like, hey, he's like a security specialist or whatever, right?
Right.
But that has evolved into a lot of other things when I was streaming. So I built like a PvP arena where people can just go in there and just like on RuneScape, they can stake Solana and do a battle between each other, and the winner gets the Solana, like real tokens, real Solana tokens. And
Dope.
all is built on Caffeine using, for example, the Solana RPC canister that I deployed on ICP Ninja, and then using Caffeine, I connected them together. And now, actually, ICP Hub Egypt has done something crazy for me because Buildr's kind of the first token that they are testing with their new Menese protocol.
Oh,
And
phenomenal.
what Menese is gonna be is like this mega highway for multi tokens on all those blockchains, right? So
Yeah,
currently they
50
are,
plus
yeah,
chains are
exactly.
integrated, right? Multi-chain functionality.
Exactly. So what if I can give some alpha here? What we are gonna do with kind of Buildr, or we trying to build is kind of a pump fund, but like for 50 plus chains,
Wow.
right? Right. And Buildr is gonna be that token.
Wow,
So
bro.
currently, what I'm now testing with them is I'm gonna be able to, or I'm already able to get Solana tokens, send them to this IC address, then it will mint a CK Builder, and then from there on, it can be minted in all the other chains. So
CKs
on Sui, on Doge, etc. So
for as a chain key.
as a chain key, it will be on IC. It will be living in that canister. But then that canister can just interact with other chains like Sui and then mint that Builder token on Sui for you to your wallet. So
On
that
Sui,
yeah,
not
yeah, on
not as
Sui.
a
No,
chain
no, no,
key. Got
no,
it.
not
Native
a chain key.
Sui.
Like a Sui, Sui native token, but like
Wow.
representing the Builder one,
Hmm.
because the contract that the canister controlling the kind of the transfer from Solana to IC, right? That canister is controlling that portion of Sui. So if you want to have more Builder token Sui, somebody needs to bridge or send the Builder token first to that canister. right? And then it gets minted to Sui, then it gets minted to other chains. What the
Got you.
beautiful part is like I wanted to have the Buildr token limited, so they need to send them from Solana to have them on Sui. I can't just mint them on Sui from my ICP, right? So you can do it in two ways where you don't need to verify all the tokens, right? And then can just say like, hey, this is like a representation of Buildr, but it doesn't have really interaction with the Solana one. But I wanted to have them like one-on-one. So you need to take away the Solana Buildr, send them to IC, and then you can send them over to a Sui chain. They are building crazy things, and I just was sent yesterday like this first like canister demo that I need to test. So it's looking amazing. I got to feel their dashboard, bro. They are building some crazy stuff.
So they're leading the way on the multi-chain front, it seems like, right? I mean, does DFINITY or anyone else have multi-chain infrastructure set up to that degree?
I'm
You
not
know?
sure. Look, you have like and I asked them about this, the one set guys, right? And from Water and Enzo and from
Uh-huh.
Yusan. I'm not so smart to explain it, but like I know they are using it differently. They are kind of using it differently where the canisters always in control on the background and not where you need to have like the front end permission from the user, but like the canister has all the permissions, something like that. And a canister does all the signing. So 100% that they are leading the way in this, creating this highway, because I
Uh-huh.
think the Menese protocol itself will be maybe a official DFINITY part or a library or something that they are officially integrating in the docs or verifying.
Sure.
They are doing some audits and they will do like a first like a small audit for the Buildr token or the Buildr part of what they created, but like their protocol and is really huge. So they are hiring like this big firm, to like do the audit. And I'm not sure if your audience knows about like the ICP of Egypt, but they are like a big player. They have like a literal government connection with the Egyptian government.
Amazing.
They have the largest portion of Web3 developers in Egypt and surrounding countries. So their company is also a VC fund, etc. So they have like a lot of resources, a lot of really good developers, and they are pushing the way. They are like a self-funded hub, so they have like only received like a grant once from DFINITY, but they never relied on them. They are self-funded. They are just pushing
Wow.
the way. They are actually wanting to host some nodes themselves, etc. So that they are really becoming a big force on the IC.
Phenomenal. So it's a development hub venture that's
Yes, yes,
driving the ICP Hub Egypt team.
yeah, yes,
Very
yes.
cool. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. And yeah, you want to give a shout out to who's leading up the ICP Hub Egypt that you speak
Karim,
with often?
Karim,
Kareem.
yeah, on the
Big
forum.
kudos to him.
Yeah, big kudos to him. On the forum, he's called MP Forum, I think, MP Forum. So if you're on the DFINITY developer forum, MP Forum is the guy from ICP of Egypt, and of course the Menese Protocol, etc. But they have a big team. Still need to meet with them because I was very busy, but like they really wanted to kind of meet with me and just like introduce themselves, talk a little bit, but like I didn't have time. Soon I will try to like get in touch with them. But like yeah, shout out to Karim, shout out to ICP of Egypt. They are doing a lot of work to ensure this will work.
Mad respect. Because like all of us want to support and shout out the multi-chain functionalities of ICP. We're all like, really
Yeah,
proud of that, championing in that, but we haven't seen a materialization of it really in
exactly.
practice until now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we have this
big
first like
gratitude to
product,
them.
right?
What's
The
that?
first kind of product, right? Like we see with caffeine, that first product
Yes.
from DFINITY, we see this first product of that real multi-chain where they aiming for that 50 blockchains, and I just know they can do it, right? I just know they can do it.
Amazing. Very cool, bro. Is there anything else that you're building that you're stoked about you want to share about in caffeine or outside of caffeine?
Not particularly. I'm building right now the archive for the spaces actually, where
Oh wow.
I'm trying to implement this where I just drop the X spaces link in it and download it and save it to the IC. Hopefully that's gonna be working very
Dope.
soon.
Dope.
But like I've been not building that much on caffeine lately, just like doing a lot of building for myself. Some applications that I'm using daily, like some storage things, or like a calendar reminder, or even simple thing like a world time converter, where normally I'm just Googling it, right? Hey, what
Yeah,
time
yeah,
is UTC? And because like we live in different time zones, and now I'm just trying to get this like nice application where I can just like put in, hey, I have a meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern Central Time or whatever, right? And then it's gonna just convert it to me and say like, hey, you need to be at this time here.
totally. And what's your flow for building?
I just first I need to
In
have
the,
idea, right? So the idea comes first, and most of the time the idea crystallizes already in my head, or I have like a specific thing I wanna make, and then either if it's like a very big complex build, I will go to first like a grok, or now also with Google anti-gravity, I'm playing with it a little bit, and then just like think around with that concept, what, how, and what should it do, what function should it have, and then
just
ultimately,
planning, just
yeah,
planning.
just planning, just preparing, and then architecting it, and then once that's done, I'm gonna talk to Caffeine like, hey, I want to do this. What should we do?
So you are
And
using caffeine still, pretty for the
yeah, of
most
course,
part.
yeah, I'm always using Caffeine
Right on.
for all the
I didn't know
building.
if you're, using Cursor, Claude Code, anything like that.
No, it's more like Google Anti-Gravity is less like what I just downloaded, and I'm using Caffeine and sometimes Google Anti-Gravity too. Also, other things, no, outside of IC, the Google Anti-Gravity is
Sure.
really neat to
Yeah.
build things, just like build shit on your PC and it works, right? Just like with this Xspaces downloader, I just gave it the parameters and made like this Python script that downloads this X spaces for me whenever I do a URL. And then I told it, like, hey, I'm gonna use Caffeine, it uses Motoko, prepare me a prompt using this script, and then it gave it to Caffeine. I'm just now debugging it. So it works, but like it works.
Let's go. Yeah, man. Just the other day when Pierre joined, I was like scrounging around on Google for X space downloader apps, and it's also sketchy. You got to give
You need to
emails,
use
Now I can
I'm
just
gonna
use
give you the alpha. I'm gonna give you the alpha. It's called you need to have the Google Chrome. I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
use Google Chrome.
I do.
On the Chrome app, it's called literally download Twitter Spaces. It's like a purple thing here. This is the name. Use this, but you need to like be in the X Spaces. If you have it open, you can just click like download this space and we'll download it.
Just a
So
plugin.
yeah,
Amazing.
this is just a plugin,
Okay.
and I'm using that for manually downloading it. But like I will have this because I'm building this archive. I just wanted to plug in the URL so it downloads it and sets everything up instead
Amazing.
of me doing it manually.
And will you transcribe everything? I assume.
I think later on, first now I've done always manually transcribing, so I'm uploading this MP3 file and then it goes in this transcriber, and then I get like a text file and then putting it together in this app. Ultimately, what the archive should be is I'm dropping on the URL, it downloads the spaces, it transcribes it, it puts it in the archive, right?
Automated. Yeah.
Yeah, fully
Yeah.
automated.
That'll be beautiful.
Yeah, I think so too. So for me, it's like a lot of personal things, like those things, like storage and things that make my life more easier, rather than hey, I'm gonna build this token ledger exchange or
Uh
whatever that
huh.
might be, right? It's more like hey, I'm just like trying to solve some problems for me, solutions. Like also for that company I've been talking about in the beginning, right, with my brother and
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
I'm building a little system there, like a CRM type thing where we can manage customers and etc. So, it's like I'm looking at Caffeine like, hey, this is a tool that can I use to solve problems in my life and problems for others and improve my life, make it more efficient, make it better, etc. And then use it. Try to solve the problem you have. And if the application doesn't fulfill your needs, yeah, then you need to improve, iterate maybe a different idea, etc.
Yes, sir. Can you imagine, man, when it's really easy and doable for anyone and everyone to build their own custom CRM for their business? And then, like, what a job opportunity as a consultant to be able to help literally every business
Exactly.
build their
Yeah.
own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, 100%. And I think this is the that moment when you remember, like first there was this moment, maybe you remember, it's like a business said like, hey, why do I need a website? And then they said like, hey, why do I need a Facebook profile?
oh,
Why do
yeah.
I need an Instagram profile? Why do I need a TikTok profile? Why do I need an app? That's the next one, right? It's just
Yeah.
right there, and it's like so clear for me and easy to
Custom,
see.
user owned, tamper
Exactly,
proof,
exactly,
unstoppable, immutable,
100%, 100%,
outage
and
proof. Yep.
exactly. And so just like with the, hey, why do I need a website? Why do I need a Facebook profile? Why do I need an app? It's because it's like yours. It's fully customizable. It's fully adjusted to your business or your personal needs, right? For your customers, for even like internally, whatever that may be, right? That's just the
Mhm.
natural step for me. Like, hey, in the consumer market, you will have your apps, your personal apps. Like you can go to my Dexter app and then maybe you can do some things there, like maybe even pay me or schedule a call with me, whatever that may
Yeah.
be, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a Dexter app that I'm maybe building or maybe not already building to like have me on the podcast or schedule a meeting with me that goes to my email or it's like, and
Yeah,
then
bro.
I can adjust it. It's the next natural step for me in my head, like, hey, you're gonna use it. Just everyone will have an app.
And same here. Yeah, everyone's personal brand app. And it goes beyond business, like sports. Every team can have their own hyper local social media
Of
messaging, all
course,
secured.
of
Yeah.
course.
Like
Everyone has
anything you
their
can think of,
little WhatsApp
clubs.
group, right?
Right.
Why not have like a little caffeine app where they interact in a certain way or they store all their photos or
Yeah.
it's just a
Yum.
natural, yes,
Yep.
natural evolution.
So freaking exciting, bro. Well,
Yes, and a lot of great things happening in our spaces, like our space, the IC space, and around us. But like sometimes we don't see it or directly perceive it because the price is low, right?
totally.
So people forget a lot of crazy tech, like the Menese Protocol, right? Because
Hmm.
you need to see it like this way, right? Let's say Menese Protocol released on Solana, bro. That would be like world news today,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah, yeah. If
It
you
just
think
goes
about
under
this,
the radar with
exactly,
us. Right.
you need to think about this perspective. Like, let's say Menese Protocol released on Solana. Like, hey, we are this protocol that lives on Solana, and we are gonna integrate 50 chains that can talk to each other. And from our protocol, you can launch your token, which costs 0.001 cent. Yeah,
International
yeah,
event. Yeah.
exactly.
But it's backwards world, man. Upside down world.
A little bit, and I hope also that with the DFINITY 2.0 gets addressed or gets like at least a little bit changed or steered in the direction where those highlights will be shown, right?
Yes,
Where
sir.
there's more support for products like Menese or but also for communities, right? The WinDoge community, etc., etc. Because if you are so nosy and you go back into DFINITY's timeline, like I did, like the 2021 timeline, they were shouting out people like that. They were shouting out WinDoge. They were
Right
shouting
on.
out, yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen him
So,
shout them out recently a little bit here and there, man.
but like I would like to just see more of that because
Yes.
that creates like a cohesive ecosystem where others see like, hey, Definity is interacting with WinDoge. It's like a meme coin community, etc. But like, this is a party. Why should
Integrated with the
I?
people. Yep.
Yeah, like let me
Yep.
be a part of this party, right? It's not. It's because like then it's like attractive.
Totally. And we're going to be having the caffeine party, man. Like across every
Yeah,
chain, we're going to be
hundred
having
percent,
parties. And
hundred
it's
percent.
going to get to the point where, like, yeah, every crypto bro is going to be stoked to build whatever they can think of and use their favorite tokens. And yeah, man, like, we'll really be partying then. So I look forward to that day.
Yeah, it's the same too. And for me, it's like just this natural evolution of personal branding, but like also,
Hmm.
like you said, like this hyper local thing that you maybe want to do with your friends or whatever, right? It's just this tool that if you understand how to maybe utilize or bring to life, you'll be very grateful to have in this day of age because in 5 minutes you have this URL that people can use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't require any more.
Interdependencies,
Exactly.
third
It just works.
parties.
It's there. It
You know, man.
works.
Right. It's all native,
Yeah,
isolated on chain, integrated. Yeah, man.
yeah.
It's
And
truly
like we said, we it doesn't need to be like this blockchain thing or tokens or whatever. It may be
right.
like this scheduling thing for your next party or hey, we are gonna, let's say we wanna organize like this trip to, I'm not sure, to Spain or whatever, right? I'm just gonna cook up this app like, hey, those are all the destinations we can go to. Let's vote. Let's say those times we are available. It
Yeah,
can be
dude.
done in 10 minutes, right?
So far beyond just crypto or tokens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Well, very good stuff, man. Is there anything
yeah.
else you're fired up about?
When Dominic was in the spaces about talking
Yesterday.
about caffeine
Got you.
yesterday,
Got you. I got you.
and they said like, "Hey, can you name some examples?" And he didn't know everything at top of his head because it's very understandable, right?
Totally.
I was searching every example, tagging him like, "Hey, here, pop, 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 pop." So, and I know he saw them, right? So that's why,
Nice. Nice.
I'm there
Right.
to support him. I'm there to
Right.
support every. So I'm ensuring that I'm there. I'm present. I'm trying to be in the conversation. I'm trying to be helpful. Also with when I said like, "Hey, ask your questions. Be respectful," because I know how people can be, right? And
Mm-hmm.
anyone that is suggesting something disrespectful, I'm just gonna hide your reply or block you, right? Because I invited him to the space. I'm not gonna be like attacking him or being
Of
this
course.
this because I
You got to
invite you.
protect him. Got to
With,
protect
with,
him to an
yeah,
extent.
but like with Pierre, it was different. He joined, right? So I was like,
Right.
"Hey, bro, you want to be here? Let's go. We can like spar, have your
Hell yeah.
answer or difficult questions, whatever, right? Because you joined." But I invite him here, so I'm not gonna be that asshole that then has some crazy questions for him. It's gonna be normal questions. Still gonna be like, "Hey, this is this." People maybe gonna look afterwards and say like, "Hey, why didn't you ask this question? Why didn't you ask this question? Why didn't you push him here?" But they don't realize that you need to create a relationship, you need to sustain a relationship, and you need to ensure that both parties are comfortable in a conversation, right? I don't want to create an
Yes.
environment that it's a hostile environment, or want to have DFINITY come more often to
Mm-hmm.
create the space like, hey, we can interact normally. Those are the people that just want to be there and don't want to be negative, or you know what I mean? So for me,
Totally.
it's I have the speculation. I have the speculation, which I thought about like for a little bit. When Pierre was talking to us, he was not alone in the room. I think Don was with him
Whoa.
because
Whoa.
yeah, bro. But like, I'm not sure. I'm not. This is pure speculation, and I know this because one thing. When we asked him, can you share something about Convo?
Yeah.
He took like 3 seconds, 4 seconds to like answer something. So I think he just like looked and Dominic said like no, and then he said like no, guys, I can't. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I just
Uh-huh.
know and that's why I think also they maybe want to join now because Pierre kind of took the first seat. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Uh-huh.
And then but it's all pure speculations, and I just want to see
Sure.
more of that. I just want to see more of that. So I've been hosting those spaces for a long time. I know who I can allow the mic to. I know who I can just let the mic to, and they're not gonna be crazy on the mic, right? Because I don't want to create a situation where they cussing people out or something, right? It needs to be
Yes.
a good environment for everyone to enjoy, right? And if you are gonna say to me like, "Hey, why didn't you ask this question? Why did?" Bro, try to get DFINITY on the spaces, then we can talk,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Let's first get on that level where you can create that environment, create that pool of hey, they can come in, people can come in, even a Dominic DFINITY Caffeine, whatever, right? Can come in and agree to be there or to talk with you. Then we can talk about hey, why didn't you ask that question? But like first do that. First
Yeah.
achieve that and then lecture me about what I do, right? So
Your
for
house, your
me,
rules, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
you earned it. You earned it.
it's also like the way I did it is it, because I did it the way I did it is why they are now maybe joining or
Yes.
wanting to talk with us because I have set a precedent for spaces, the conversation, the amount of like moderation that needs to be happening or the people I'm allowing, right? So
100%.
I know what I'm doing in those conversations. It's more like I don't like to be lectured by people that have not done half the things that you know what I mean. So for me, it's like
Yep, I sure do.
natural. I'm a natural like networker and very kind of good communicator with setting people up or having them talk with me. It's more like those people know maybe 10% of what I'm doing behind the scenes, right? For from and then they
Yep.
so the context is missing for them and I just want to contribute to the space how best I can. And if people want to have some feedback to me, critique, I take feedback, I take critique, but do it in a way that I can appreciate, you know?
Well put. Yeah, man. And myself and the whole community, we really appreciate all the work you put in to get us to this point, and that you do such a good intentional job moderating and allowing for a balanced, safe space. So, yeah, really looking forward to the conversation with Dom tomorrow, and we'll see if anybody else from DFINITY pulls up.
Yeah,
I would
same.
love to hear about the Megz. It doesn't have to be on this call, but someday if you want to give me the update on that, once we know more, or with
Of
Toko
course.
developments, we can
Yeah,
touch on
yeah.
that.
And maybe even I'm gonna ask him about the Max, but like I don't think he knows. But like, of course, I'm gonna show the Max to him. Like, bro,
Go, dude.
of
That's so
course
worth
I
it.
am.
I'm such a fan, man. And everyone, I don't think enough people are aware of it, but once they
Uh,
become aware of it, it's so impressive just the way it's synced up with the milestones of the DFINITY roadmap. And
yeah,
it's,
it goes deep, and even like definitely appreciate them. So I can say only that definitely appreciate what I've done, and I think when I have the timeline for Toko, we'll be see a lot of things like the thing you're seeing now with the Dom joining, right? So I
uh-huh.
expect that. Expect that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Amazing, bro.
Yes, thanks for having me on the. I think it's gonna be right? A podcast.
Yep.
Um,
Cloudcast, bro. This will be Cloudcast. Should be episode 7 or 8.
nice. Are
Yeah.
you doing it on Spotify also? Releasing it on Spotify?
No, I need to get, no, I'm just
You need to
Xing
go
YouTube so far.
you need to distribute to Spotify.
You're right.
Like, let me
You're
just,
right.
because like ultimately sound is the only thing I would need from this conversation. I'm not showing you anything, right? So set up a
Totally.
Spotify,
Yeah, bro.
because
Yeah, it
that's
should.
an extra
Apple.
Apple everything. Like, because it's called DistroKid.
Yep.
DistroKid, you know
Use it
about
with
that?
my band.
Yeah, yeah. So just DistroKid and then distribute to everywhere.
Right on.
From there,
Why not?
it's a distribution channel. And for me, it's like I would now need to go to YouTube and then watch it back, while I can just like put this podcast on while I'm driving to work, right? And then just listen to our conversation and have your
100%.
playlist and just go through them, right?
100%, bro. That's the move. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Next
Appreciate
time,
you being accessible, man, and
of course.
DMs. And yeah, dog.
Always. No, no. Say, like I said, next time, just let me know when I'm open to it. I think don't think this year anymore, but like from
Yeah,
next year, just DM me. Let's set something up. I'm glad to join the conversation and explore ideas or just talk like we did today.
perfect. Well, enjoy your holiday, man. Good luck with work. And
Thanks.